Been in this hellscape for 3 days now. I don't know what's been happening, but I'm low on food and need to get more. The terminal keeps giving me more missions to do, but I don't know how much longer I can go. Into the Radius is a VR survival game that awakens my love for the motherland and reverting back to communism. Typically with VR games you always have something going on, some music, action, or something to keep you entertained. But Into the Radius isn't the same. There's times where you're completely alone, isolated, with everything that does happen around you also being devoid of life. Your surroundings really drive in the isolation, with bits of pieces of previous life still remaining since the Radius took over. My favorite line from this game being, "So guys, we're finally into the Radius." Into the Radius, again, is a survival game, and the gameplay really sets in just how much planning you'll have to do to survive. Not only will you have to support yourself through any challenge you face, but also maintaining your equipment as well. Is your gun rusty and needs to be cleaned?
See Mr. Clean Magic Eraser Duo.
Like I said previously, you'll have to plan on everything you're planning on doing. Want to start a mission? Okay, first take out your backpack and pull out your ammo, then make sure you have the clips you bought. You bought the clips, right? Put the ammo in the clips and then put them into the gun. You bought the gun, right? Alright, now you have a fully loaded gun, but oh wait, the gun is slightly rusty and will randomly jam, so you'll have to clean that now, since your in-game body is roughly the same weight as those featured on the TLC hit classic, My 600-Pound Life. We have to eat first, but oh wait, our health is a little low, so let's sleep so we regen. And now the tide is here, so everything just respawned, and we have to do it all over again until I load the gun for the last time, and everything has a direct correlation to one another. Again, guns need ammo, ammo needs to be in clips, guns need to be clean to use them, but also you can't sprint for very long if you're exhausted, eating will make you more exhausted more easily, sleeping will regenerate health, but time in-game passes, making the tide come sooner. Everything you do, everything you use has a direct consequence of what you're losing in order to survive. You really need to kill the 420th 40-year-old dad going on a quick jog, or are you more likely to need that ammo to deal with bigger problems? Do you use the health injector at half health before walking into an enemy populated area, or do you wait until you can get back to base and heal up again? Of course you can find items randomly throughout buildings, but it'll never come close to the equipment you can buy back at base. Sometimes you can find good stuff, but I don't want this old man's rusty ass Makarov. I want that Gucci Russian AK back at base. Again, even food is something you have to take into consideration. You're not feasting like it's Hell's Kitchen down here. You're eating preserved canned items with a knife you have to find or purchase. And if you run out of food and can't purchase any more, you'll be forced to find some or deal with the actual in-game consequences. But there's always something so satisfying about being fully stocked up with ammo, being able to fight back with enemies who have taken over. I've come full circle. My weapons are fully stocked, I'm supplied with more than enough food, and I feel I can take on any challenge thrown my way. I was always told not to get too comfortable when this first started, but if this is all that's here, then I'm sure I can make it out alive. Surprisingly, the combat is just as satisfying as surviving in this game. Firing round after round into enemies and hearing this sound has to be one of the best feelings ever, an even better feeling than your mom. Each weapon feels entirely different from the next, even giving you customization as to what attachments you would like to use in game, a feature not even Arthur Ford himself can experience. Sure, each pistol might not feel super different from one another, but using something like the shotgun when you need it most always gives me a sense of urgency, which relates back to me not wanting to waste any of my equipment. Because I'm aware of what I'm using out of my equipment, when I feel the need to use something better than a pistol, I know that because I'm using a shotgun, for example, the combat has gotten to a point where I need as much power as I can get. My only disliking for the combat is the use of grenades. I have never felt the need to purchase them, and when I have found them randomly, I've only used them like once or twice. Another being that if I run out of ammo and only have a knife on me, I'm most likely going to die a faster death than the new Saints Row title. This section will be between the environment, but also the enemies that live in it. The environment is a barren wasteland, again only filled with void entities and anomalies, but the real kicker here is when you find the occasional outpost or train station. Along the way you'll find these interesting train cars or pieces of building floating in midair like something unknown is keeping them there, sometimes even having loot if you can manage to climb up there. If you're ever out on a mission, you'll have to use your map to find where you're going. There's no mini-map to show you exactly where you're going. But a barren wasteland is nothing without those who inhabit it. The enemies in this game are fucking creepier than when I was 10 seeing Herobrine for the first time. You have your typical zombie-like enemies known as fragments. They can alert other enemies by growling if you get too close. In order to kill them, you'll have to do enough damage and then destroy the orb in the middle. Phantoms are similar to fragments with the same speed or overall design, but they'll screech pretty loudly alerting anything nearby. They can also see you from much further away. Spawns are these annoying little creatures that can outrun you while also leaping towards you to attack. They're usually found by themselves, but once you're in a fight with more than 3 or 4 enemies, a spawn being added into that mix will almost immediately be the most dangerous enemy outside of those with actual weapons. Mimics are those with actual weapons. They're similar in appearance to military soldiers and have absolutely scared the shit out of me on more than one occasion. Oh, is this the one thing that one guy was talking about? He left his stuff near the oil tanks? Oh shit. I would talk about the other two types of enemies, but just go play the game. It's really fun. I swear, man. I fucked up. I got too cocky and decided to explore some buildings, even though I knew I was running low on supplies. This will probably be the end here. I don't see a way I could get out without alerting them. Maybe I could just sneak my way out of here and get back to bed. I don't think I've ever played a game like Into the Radius. It's not something you typically think about while playing other games. I never have to think twice about my magazines or my bullet count or cleaning my gun. I never have to think about what food supply I currently have or if I need to return back to base and sleep. If Boneworks is the pinnacle of interactive gameplay in VR, then Into the Radius easily takes the cake for the survival game in VR. So to conclude this video, should you buy Into the Radius? I think without a doubt in my mind I would recommend it to anyone. It's even coming out for Quest 2 for all you Facebook users out there, so if you're not capable of using a PC, then you'll be able to play this soon enough. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all soon. Oh shit!